I tried to do the name building.
I'm Ladyfinger, and I've always thought that cowboy shooting is the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Yuma, Arizona embodies the spirit of the Old West. If you were after gold in the mid-1800s, you probably came to Yuma.
The spirit of America is alive and well in Yuma. This year, in 2014, we are celebrating our centennial celebration of the founding of the city of Yuma. And this has given us an opportunity to look back in our past to see all the hard work of all the people that came before us and what they built and what they provided to us. And it exemplifies our obligation to continue that hard work for the future of the people who are coming after us, our children, our grandchildren, the visitors who come here throughout the year to explore the desert, to experience Mexico, to experience our river and the sand dunes, and just to enjoy our community. All those things work together and reinforce the spirit of America here in Yuma.
The mighty Colorado River. If you were after gold, you either went north or you crossed it here. Yuma had a natural crossing where the river narrowed. Because of the crossing, Yuma became the gateway to the southwest. The Quartermaster's Depot and Pivot Point preserves Yuma's part played in settling the West, the history of those wanting to cross and go further west, including military, rivermen, prospectors, ranchers, and railroaders, and of course, there were outlaws. The Yuma Territorial Prison is an Old West icon and one of Arizona's most visited attractions.
A.J. Mosqueda, Yuma Territorial Prison, State Historic Park. Tradition is a huge piece of what our community is about, and one of the biggest facets is the prison itself, operated for over 33 years, and it is something that people come back over and over and over again and share that with their children and their grandchildren, and it really lends itself well to the history of one of our high schools, Yuma High School, having the criminal mascot because of being housed at the prison grounds from 1910 to 1914. And it is just a hallowed story from generation to generation for many Yuma families and visitors and guests alike.
Yuma also has a unique aviation history. Competing in the Powder Puff Derby in 1929, Amelia Earhart nosed over her plane when landing in Yuma and had to get a new propeller. The first plane to land in Arizona was piloted by Robert Fowler in 1911. It landed where the Yuma Landing Bar and Grill stands today. The military has always played a large part in Yuma's history. Bob Hope held USO shows here in World War II. In fact, today there's actually a USO lounge in the Yuma airport. After World War II, the U.S. Army airfield closed. In an effort to convince the U.S. military to reopen the airfield, Woody Youngward and Bob Woodhouse flew the City of Yuma airplane non-stop for 47 days. The plane was fueled and the pilots handed food by a moving vehicle. The Yuma Proving Ground is a U.S. Army facility and one of the largest military installations in the world. It is used for testing military equipment, and the museum is open to the public. The combination of the desert and the Colorado River make Yuma an ideal place to farm, and agriculture now plays a major part in the economy.
I'm standing next to a tree that is a 15-year-old tree. As a general rule of thumb, with a healthy medjool date palm, you can assume that it's going to grow about a foot a year. One of the reasons that these trees are so healthy is that we are right next to the Colorado River, and once the roots get into the water zone or the subsoil moisture, we can reduce the amount of water that we're using on the top in the drip irrigations. It's good water, and obviously the trees love it.
The river is a Yuma feature. You can tube, kayak, canoe down the river, or just relax and watch it. The riverbanks have now been restored and are now the East and West Wetlands Parks. There are magnificent views, and you can hike, bike, picnic, and birdwatch in the East Wetlands. The West Wetlands features beautiful scenery, a hummingbird garden, and is Arizona's largest playground. Interested in shopping? Well, Yuma offers several opportunities. You'll find gourmet food items, clothing, jewelry, and Southwest decor items. And when it's time to eat, there's a feast waiting for you. Downtown Yuma has the Yuma Arts Center and the Historic Theater. You will find sports bars, restaurants, and live entertainment. The whole Yuma region is known for its casino and gaming action. Yuma has a superb civic center where all kinds of events are held. It's located right between the Desert Hills Golf Course and the Desert Sun Stadium. Some popular annual Yuma events include the Sausage Festival, the Taco Festival, the Colorado River Crossing Balloon Festival, the Yuma Territorial Prison Run, the Electric Light Christmas Parade, and the Mexicali Expo. In the mood to go south of the border? Well, Algodones is right there. With food, fun, medical care, and shopping, it's another great way to have fun while visiting Yuma. The Peach family have been in Yuma for 100 years. They own the Casa de Coronado Museum that houses collections of historic photos and memorabilia showing the history of Yuma. They also own the historic Coronado Motor Hotel and the Yuma Landing Bar and Grill.
What the Spirit of America means to me and John is how his father was able to come through Ellis Island and go through Chicago and do a short term of internship there in a dry cleaning business. And was a dry cleaner was needed here in Yuma. There was no tailor at all. And how he came out on a train and he worked for 6 months, just enough time to make enough money to send for his wife, Marie. And how they worked so hard as foreigners to come in here and to work hard and make a living and survive all these years. They survived and built a business. To me, that's the American dream. That's the spirit of America.